Hi everyone. Hey Christine, how are you?
Hey Sean, how are you?
It's great to see you. People might wonder, why did you decide to stay at Syracuse University for undergrad, a master's, and now for law school? I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the resources they provide for us, the student veterans. Follow me, I'll tell you more about it on the way. Welcome to Dineen Hall, home of the Syracuse University College of Law. I'm Anthony Ruscitto. I'd like to invite you on my Syracuse University campus tour. So this is the Melanie Gray ceremonial courtroom within Dineen Hall, and it was one of the first places I was welcomed to as a student at Syracuse College of Law. But when we started law school, we were in these seats. But it's kind of cool to think at some point, we might get to be over here. These are the types of opportunities. It's one of the reasons I chose SU, and I'm so thankful that we're here. I want to show you one of my other favorite places, the library, where I get started on all my homework. One of the first places I'll check in is right here at the reference and the circulation desk. If there's a specific book I'm looking for or something like that, it's a great place to get started. One of my other favorite things about the library is all the librarians that we have here. Hey Christine, how are you?
I'm the check leader.
Have a nice weekend, okay? Thank you. So one of my favorite things about Dineen is all the places that we have to read. There's private study spaces right here if you want to have a private place to read, but there's also the bigger area here. So if you want to sit at one of the desks, if you want to join one of your fellow colleagues, but I will say this, you got to be quiet because it's a silent library.
Hey Sean, how are you?
Contrary to what you might think, there's a lot more at Dineen Hall, especially in the library, than just legal texts that go back to the founding of the nation. We have the Goldfarb family's family library. They donated it to us a few years ago, and I challenge myself every month, find something new on the shelf, maybe something that has nothing to do with my studies. There's everything from Shakespeare and Sun Tzu to the writings of the Kennedy family. Where, oh where are these military boots? Aha! One of the main reasons I came to Syracuse College of Law is I really wanted to understand better how I could help military service members and how I could help members of the veteran community. Dineen has a collection of information and legal rules on military law. So I often find myself looking through manuals. The Trial and Defense Council. It's just an example. One of the other reasons I'm here is working with the Military Veterans Legal Clinic as an opportunity to help members of the veteran community. And these books, this is just where we get started. So that was Dineen Hall. Now I'd like to take you over to the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs, where 2 years ago I received my Master's of Public Administration, and I'd like to tell you more about it. Follow me. It's a beautiful fall day here in Syracuse, New York. I'm from Syracuse originally, and people might wonder, why did you decide to stay at Syracuse University for undergrad, a master's, and now for law school? Well, it's easy. Syracuse isn't just the best place for vets, they've made it the best place for me to be a veteran. They take so much of the resources that we're offered as veterans, like the post 9/11 GI Bill. They also offer scholarship opportunities, like the Yellow Ribbon Campaign. For my master's at Maxwell, there was a scholarship specifically for veterans just like myself. And if not for those types of generous donors that give us these opportunities, I might not have been able to make it through my master's. These are just a few of the reasons why I chose to stay at Syracuse University. It got a little bit windy up here. I think the next time I'm at the barber, I'm gonna ask for a better hair product. You guys be the judge. Welcome to Maxwell and Eggers Hall, home of the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs. 2 years ago, I received my Master of Public Administration degree from this #1 school in public affairs. One of the main reasons I chose Maxwell as a veteran myself is the commitment that Maxwell and Syracuse University has. I thought about what did I want to do next on my pathway of public service. I talked to a few of my friends, many of whom are veterans themselves. I talked with professors, faculty, staff, and they all told me the same thing. If you want to make an impact and you want to have a difference, Maxwell, it's one of the places you need to be. One of my most fond memories was time spent right here in the academic village. As you can see around us, there are the graduate student lockers. But here on my right is the undergraduate student area. This is where undergraduate students from all parts of Maxwell come together, work on projects, they can do solo work. And over here on my left, we have the graduate student area. This is where I had a lot of my friends help me on things like tough economics homework and policy work. And my favorite thing about this space is just in front of me here, the academic village where we all come together. Oftentimes, we could share a lunch together and talk to the undergrads about what they're talking about. I was a big focus on veterans, military policy. Many of my friends, they would talk to us about things like economics, agricultural policy. You really never knew what you were gonna find. So now that I've shown you where I did my master's studies, I'd like to show you one of the most important buildings on campus for me and countless other veterans, the National Veterans Resource Center. It's a big part of why I chose Syracuse University to remain here after getting my master's and to attend law school. And I'd like to tell you a little bit more about the resources they provide for us, not the least of which is for us, the student veterans. Follow me, I'll tell you more about it on the way. I was born right here in Syracuse, New York, actually right across the street at Krause Hospital in 1995. After graduating from Bishop Grimes High School in 2013, I enlisted in the United States Marine Corps at the age of 17, and I served as a helicopter crew chief. I flew all over the world. After 5 years of service in the United States Marine Corps, I started to wonder, where was I going to find myself? This building was one of the first places I wanted to go on campus. Welcome to the Daniello National Veterans Resource Center, home to the Daniello Institute for Veterans and Military Families, and a lot of other organizations and resources that have been really important for me. I've worked here as a researcher, as an intern. I've worked here as the president of the Student Veteran Organization, whose lounge is right in this building. Whenever I needed help with any of my veteran benefits, or I had questions about how to access higher education resources, I came right here. It's made a big difference in my life, and I know it has for countless others. Syracuse University had always had a rich history of commitment to veterans and the military community. It has one of the longest running ROTC cadet cadres in the country. And as I was beginning my service, Chancellor Severud made firm that one of his commitments was to make Syracuse University the best place for veterans. And I think that's true. Now that you've gotten to see the National Veterans Resource Center, I'd like to show you one last place that has really meant a lot to me. It was one of the first places I found myself when I asked, where can I continue my path of public service from the Marines? Syracuse University Ambulance. Students on campus, they might not know it right away, but 24/7 throughout the entire semester, there are student volunteers right here in the basement of Dineen Hall. Follow me. Oh my gosh, the doors are still as heavy as I remember. Hi everyone.
How are you?
Better now I get to see you.
Yeah, you as well.
It's good to see you guys.
You too.
Paul, do you have a minute for an old friend?
Certainly.
Anthony. Everyone, I want to introduce you to a big person in my time at Syracuse University. This is Paul Smith. He's our EMS manager. He's been a paramedic longer than I've been alive, but I won't say that too harshly. And at any event at Syracuse University, you know what you're going to find in the back of it? You're going to find people in this uniform, like Paul, keeping us safe on campus. Paul taught me, as well as all the other supervisors here, one of the first ways I could help people as an emergency medical technician, and he's been a really important part of why I was here.
The first thing they get out of it is teamwork. They get some ability to practice leadership. They get the ability to take a situation that could be chaotic for someone and calm that situation down, even if they do not have the thought of going into a medical field once they graduate from the university. All of those skills help you grow as a person once you get out into the workforce.
Paul, I just want to thank you so much for everything you did for me. I promise I will not wait so long. Even though I'm all the way over in Dineen, I'm really thankful that you and all the students still do what you do for us.
Well, I'm teaching CPR there next week, so maybe I'll see you and say hi again.
That'd be great, Paul. It's great to see you. Thanks so much. Take care. Well, that wraps up my Syracuse University campus tour. Thanks so much for spending some time with me and seeing what's important to me on this campus. We hope to see you soon.